This desk lamp has 670 LEDs, a JBL speaker, and zero reason to exist, but I kinda love it. This is Govee's latest product, the Table Lamp 2 Pro. It retails for $179.99, and this thing does a lot. Not only does it have the customizable RGB lighting, it has music reactive effects, it offers white noise, and of course it has full range audio thanks to JBL. It certainly packs a lot in here for only being 6 inches by 10 inches. Up here on the top, we have a touch sensor for control. We have a couple of different buttons up here. The bottom has a really nice rubber base, and it even has a slot for cable management to keep that power cord nice and flat. It's got a nice weight to it. It's pretty solid. It looks good. And they didn't really cut any corners to make it portable. I do really like the clear bottom part. I think it's an awesome design. There's extra LEDs on the bottom because of it. But personally, I'm not a huge fan of the finish on the top. Kind of weird, but I feel like this all looks really nice and almost invisible. Speaking of the LEDs that are down here, there are 670 LEDs on this thing. Just this part alone has 210 RGBIC LEDs. That just means RGB, red, green, blue, independent control. So each segment can be controlled individually. Down here at the base, which I referenced before, has 40 of those RGBIC LEDs. The rest of the LEDs are split between warm white and cool white. So yeah, there's a lot of LEDs in here, which is great and all, but how bright does it get? And honestly, it's pretty damn bright. It's 600 lumens, which considering the size and everything this has going on, including the whole speaker setup by JBL, that is really good. Now, you're not always gonna want it at 100% brightness because obviously that'll drain the battery faster, and sometimes you want a more relaxed setting if you're studying, if you're just kind of putting on a nightlight. So you're not always going to have it at full brightness, but if you need it, let me tell you, this thing gets pretty damn bright. So Govee said that they came up with a chipset and an algorithm to have really good music sync. I've used RGB strips and other RGB smart lighting in the past that reacts to music instantly, and I've not had a good experience, truthfully. And when I saw that Govee offered this instant music sync, I really didn't feel too strongly about it. And then I opened it up, and I gotta tell you, it's actually pretty cool. So I'm connected to my laptop right now, and if I just go in and I play a song, obviously, it's hard for me to show you because one, I'm using copyright-free music. It's not that exciting. And two, it's 360, which is actually a pro for the device. It's just kind of hard for me to show. So it'll continue the whole way through. And sometimes something's happening on this side, but not on this side. So keep that in mind. Back to my point though, the response time, 32 milliseconds. And I don't know if that's good. I mean, it sounds fast, right? Milliseconds, crazy. But I asked ChatGPT, like anyone would in 2025, and that's basically instant to the human eye. So really pretty awesome. Like the other day, it was 3 p.m., storming, it was pitch black in my office, and I was testing this thing out, and I was just playing some copyrighted songs and watching it react, and I really enjoyed it. It was actually pretty relaxing. During the example, I showed only a few of the presets, but there are 16 available. They're split in half between dynamic music and soft music. Here are the dynamic options. This is just gonna have more of reaction, right? More is gonna be happening. I like energetic and gritting. I think those are the most reactive in terms of things happening. And then under soft music, I actually really like fire because it just kind of seems like a fire set and the flames go up with everything, but it's not too dramatic, and that's why it's under soft music. So 16 presets is pretty nice. I mentioned earlier that I wasn't even sure if I would like the music sync on this because I've had such bad experiences in the past, but the truth is the reason I love it on this is because it's not a disconnected experience. What I mean by that is in the past I'd have an LED strip that reacts to the music playing through my computer speakers. There's gonna be delay and it just doesn't feel like an all-in-one experience. And the same goes for devices that I've used that have a speaker and have a light all built into one. The speaker It's terrible. So you don't want to listen through that device. So having a JBL speaker, having that instant reaction time, it feels like one cohesive experience. And I think that's why I've actually enjoyed using this. Speaking of that speaker, that's a lot of speaks. Basically, this thing is badass. And I'm not, an audio snob. I mean, my last name's Philly, but I'm not an audio Philly. Get it? Audiophile? No. But this thing, it's actually pretty damn good. Packed in here is a 64 millimeter full range speaker, which for a lot of people, basic consumers, that doesn't mean much. It's like, okay, is that good? I don't know. But the truth is, that's really good. For this form factor, the fact that there's a lamp with 670 LEDs, that's pretty damn good. The speaker power is reasonable at 10 watts. I feel like, yes, more is always better, right? However, in this situation, when you consider the form factor, 10 watts is pretty reasonable. I know there are some people sitting there right now like, that absolutely not. I could not use a 10-watt speaker. Well, then you're not going to get this entire experience. And if that's what you're after is a speaker, then maybe you should buy a speaker and not a lamp. I really commend Govee for partnering with JBL on this because they could have cut so many corners. Like, let's be honest, they could have slapped any speaker in here, anything, and called it a day. But instead, they went to JBL, and now because of that, the consumer gets everything JBL has to offer, like the EQ algorithm and the clear highs, the mids, the lows. It's just a good balance across the entire board. And considering the form factor, you get legit audio. So props to Govee. Of course, they're the leader in LEDs right now, so it was a good move on them because you don't get to the top by making bad decisions and cutting corners. And this, I think, is a perfect example of that. By the way, if you have two of these, you can do stereo sound. It connects through 5.8G Wi-Fi stereo, and that would be pretty nice. But I only have one, so I can't test it. When it comes to smart control, it's exactly what you would expect. It works with Alexa. Sorry if I triggered yours. Google Assistant, Matter, which that right there is super cool. And that just allows for a lot of options when it comes to this device. And then of course, there is the Govee app, which is by far my favorite LED app because I've had so many different companies send me things over the years, and some of the apps are just atrocious. And most of the time, they're not even in English. But this one is the easiest. I have a lot of devices on here, so I've used it many times. But even the first time I used it, it was straightforward. But the thing I love about Govee is they just give you sometimes too many options, right? For instance, I could turn the top of this thing off, but leave the bottom on, or vice versa, which in my opinion is just like, it's random, but like they do that because they can. And instead of just not offering that as a feature, they're like, yeah, why not just include a quick toggle, you know? Let's talk about white noise. If you're familiar, you probably have trouble sleeping, and this thing actually comes in clutch. Not only can it be a nice nightlight, it also has 24 white noise modes built in. It plays directly through this, right? Because it has a speaker, and you don't need any other app, any other device. It just, this right here is a nightlight and white noise machine built into one, in addition to being a party light or, a reading light or whatever you want to use it for. It's just an additional feature. And that's one of the reasons why I love that it doesn't have to be powered all the time. So you can bring it, enjoy it during the day, and then at night, plug it in, put it on your nightstand, and enjoy it as you go to bed. I have tinnitus or however you want to say it, and silence, not a fan, right? Because I hear the ringing in my ears. And so for me, I love to fall asleep to the sound of rain, right? A nice little thunderstorm, maybe the waves crashing in Hawaii, right? Whatever it is, I'm a big fan of it because I hate silence. And a nice little nightlight, I'm not afraid of monsters, but yeah, I would like a nightlight. So if I select fire, it's gonna play the fire sound and do the fire effect. Obviously it's a little loud, but little touch sensitive controls here at the top. I can lower the volume without needing the app. Go to the beach. Come on. This right here is literally my favorite feature. I'm not even kidding. Got some waves crashing. Now imagine if it's pitch dark and you just have this set up on your nightstand. I mean, come on. By the way, if you want to change, add, or remove the white noise assigned to a scene, you just press that little music icon and it pops up. And you can select from the entire library and either turn it on or turn it off. This one may not look like it's lit up that much, but it's meant to be a nightlight, right? So the thunderstorm is very calming, the light's not too bright. So yeah, there's a lot of different scenes, a lot of different white noise. You need to mess around with it because I'm telling you, 10 out of 10. Now we're on the Christmas tree lighting. I can turn it into a candy cane. Look at this thing. Come on, Who doesn't want a candy cane nightlight while listening to some Christmas music while you fall asleep, waiting for Santa to come down the chimney? This thing is packing a 5200 milliamp battery, and they claim that if you have it set to 50% brightness and 50% volume, you will get 4.5 hours out of it, which sounds like it's pretty good. It's not meant to go on the beach or anything. It's for indoor use. So for me personally, I don't think it's the best battery ever, but considering the fact that it's powering 670 LEDs and the JBL speaker, I'll take it. Now, of course, I think I would have it at 100% brightness and 100% volume, so it'd probably go significantly faster. I guess double the time, right? It'd go twice as fast. But not too shabby at all. And the good thing is it plugs in, and where you're using it, you should be near a plug anyway. So I don't think the party will necessarily ever stop. I can't even speak. I'm just mesmerized by this light. Realistically though, I honestly don't have this thing unplugged too often. At night when I'm sleeping, and I use it as not only a nightlight, but a white noise machine, I just plug it into the wall, right? There's an outlet right there, so I might as well plug it in. Now, if I'm in my office and I just want to get some work done, then yeah, I just leave it there on the table, or if I need to, I plug it into the wall. If I want to read a book and I have this on warm yellow lighting, I'll just put it on the table by the couch and plug it in. So yes, it's nice that it is portable, and if I want to take it upstairs and take it back downstairs, I don't have to worry about a plug. But if you need it, worst case scenario, you could plug it in. So yes, a $200 lamp, it sounds insane. I get that. 1,000,000% sounds insane. But when you realize it's not just a lamp, it's 670 LEDs that are independently controlled. Crazy. No, it's not just a speaker. It's a JBL speaker. Not only does it offer cool lighting, it reacts instantly to your music. No, it's not just this fancy little portable thing. It's actually a white noise machine. It's a nightlight. It just has so many different features done so well, packed into such a small unit. And that is what makes it worth $200 in my opinion. Now, I don't think everyone's gonna go and run out there and be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to spend $200. Truthfully, I feel like this thing kind of checked every test that I gave it, and I find that to be pretty rare nowadays. It seems gimmicky. I get that. 1,000,000%. It seems like a gimmick. But when you actually use it in your real life and try it in different environments for different situations, it's so good. I don't really own a good portable speaker. Like I had one in the bathroom that just was 20 bucks, doesn't sound great. I don't want to listen on my phone. I don't really care to wear earbuds. I don't want to wear over-the-ear headphones all the time. I don't want to be sitting at my desk with my nice speakers. So this has been really, really nice. I'm a big fan of Morgan Wallen. I've been listening to his new album, and I took this, put this on the coffee table, laid on my couch, and just listened to it and just chilled. And I was actually like really enjoying the experience. So for me, 10 out of 10, actually legitimately a big fan. I've always been a big fan of Govee, but never would have purchased something like this. But since they sent it to me, I'm like, all right, it's actually pretty cool. I would definitely tell people like, hey, put this on your Christmas list, 10 out of 10. If you're still using a basic desk lamp and a trash Bluetooth speaker, it's a legitimate upgrade. And I think this video has shown that. So if you want to get one, I'll leave a link to it down below in the description. It's an affiliate link, and I will get a small kickback, which is greatly appreciated. With that said, this is the Govee Table Lamp 2 Pro, and I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm Matt, you're not. Get out of my face. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the flippity flop.